Hi everyone. In the COVID-19 era, we are in a here and now situation. Planning for the future seems to have gone out of the window until we have a cure or a vaccine in place. In times of uncertainty and as we adjust to the new normal, this is our attempt to give you insights into what the leaders in banking and financial services industry are thinking. This is a 3-part series, and in each part we are trying to address the industry challenges and what the future could hold for the sector.
Like all crises, every crisis does present opportunities. I think the first clear opportunity for bankers is, people who have been through the crisis will respond to it in a much more balanced way, in a much more thoughtful way, and probably will come out better. So that's the first opportunity I feel. Second is clearly digital. There is a need both by consumers as well as by businesses to go more digital, and so also by banks for sure. So I think the whole push toward digital will become more rapid. And the third piece I think is, while everybody is sitting at home, there is a lot of thought around safety, safety of one's life, safety of one's health, and also safety of one's money. So I do see a move towards savings. I do see a ask from customers to banks saying, give me more saving products. And I think we'll all have to respond to that.
COVID has had a huge negative impact on the financial services sector. But at the same time, it is leading to 3 structural changes which will be beneficial for the sector in the long run. One is a much needed consolidation to weed out unhealthy competition. I expect the number of NBFCs to go down dramatically from the 10,000 odd currently due to a mix of insolvencies and acquisitions. Secondly, there is a sharper focus on the cost structures. Given the strong growth over the last decade, the companies were not focusing on cost at all, leading to bloated cost structures. Now, each and every aspect of cost is being looked at very carefully to figure out the utility of that spend. Lastly, there's a higher adoption of technology across systems and processes. The rationale of having branches is being questioned much more rigorously. Wider use of technology across systems and processes will help in improving both the customer experience as well as the overall efficiency.
I agree that all crises are also opportunities in some way, and I think the same will happen with this crisis as well. The fact that this crisis will last a bit long is also the reason why this will be fairly pronounced. I think there will be several themes like the survival of the fittest, strong becoming stronger will all play out in the next few months. I think in every sector, fewer players will survive and a lot of them will fail to survive. And this will lead to consolidation of market shares, consolidation of entities, and therefore, as I said, much bigger, better and stronger players will emerge at the end of this crisis. The second big theme that will emerge out of this is digital, and I think digital will get a momentum of its own. Online will become more natural than it seemed till this crisis happened. As they say, there are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks when decades happen. And that's precisely going to be the story about the way digital will happen. I also see a third trend, which is in several industries, complete shakeout for better efficiency and a new normal will happen. And I think this will give rise to several new opportunities for newer players and different players. And I think one will see emergence of different players at the end of this crisis. So I see these 3 themes playing out as opportunity themes at the end of this crisis.
There are many significant learnings. The first and foremost has been people, how they've come together. the collaboration that they've shown, the leadership that they've shown, how they stepped up to the crisis. And I've seen greater accountability, definition of speed, and even in terms of commitment to the timelines. They've just all been redefined. The other key learning has been how people have embraced the virtual working. And to my surprise, if you'd asked me this question maybe even 3 months ago, I wouldn't have responded responded to this question with a resounding yes, because what I'm seeing is greater participation in virtual platforms. People are opening up. The things that I was a little more anxious about earlier, definitely, those things are, those anxieties have been allayed and put to rest. The third thing is reshaping of our practices, how the workplace is configured, how work is configured. Because the first two definitely has given us confidence to look at work internally, look at the digital transformation also in the context of how the work needs to be configured in future, and a lot of opportunities there to reshape the organization.
The general rule is that a crisis should not be wasted. COVID will give greater impetus to adoption of technology and digitization, which is to say we'll traverse this path faster than we would have otherwise done. The net impact is a better and a more efficient way to serve customers, as for example, more video-based customer bank interaction. Crises force economic reform. During this crisis, the government has announced a number of structural changes covering FDI policy, freeing farmers from APMC, One Nation, One Ration card, labor and land reforms, all of which will have a positive effect on integration of the markets and help our economy and growth. As with nations, companies, business enterprises and individuals will learn from the crisis, and hopefully they will not leave the COVID crisis go wasted. We as individuals have better realized the value of the greener world, and so I see a greater adoption of green banking. Investors and individuals will be more open in making trade-offs and accepting lower yields for green financing. Environmental impact will also be explicitly priced in investment and lending transactions. So this crisis will also pass and in its own way leave the world a better place.
COVID could be an interesting opportunity for India as the world is trying to rejig its supply chain. This is also a time when organizations are trying to focus internally and building their organizational capabilities in areas like people, processes, technology, depth of management teams, and strength of their service offerings. We think this is a time when market leaders will continue to consolidate shares. Companies that have access to capital will be able to buy their competitors. As investors, we think the markets will likely reward a resilience over volatility at a time like this. We think there will be some interesting deal flow over the next 6 to 12 months.
Opportunities have been many, and I think there have been more opportunities than setbacks. What are the opportunities? One is on the customer side and one is on the employee side and the employer side. On the customer side, we've seen people getting very conscious about safety and security, and that has resulted in an increase in sales in the insurance side of the banking industry. So we have seen people adopting and taking health insurance and life insurance. On the digital savings accounts opportunities, we've seen people coming and opening enough and more digital savings account and enrolling for digital banking. On the employee side, there has been an uptake on digital learning. We've had enough and more reputed universities across the world offering free upskilling of knowledge. So there is knowledge garnering, there is upskilling, and simultaneously there is also an opportunity for fitness for employees. For employers, there is even more opportunity for cost optimization, reimagining and reinventing themselves. The entire story is about a triple bottom line, which is sustainability, planet, profit and people.